Hello everyone! Welcome back to another 2v2 Warhammer battle. This is going to be the Warriors of Chaos and Bretonia versus the Dwarves and the Empire. All them dwarves. For my army here, we have a pretty strong Chaos line, 4 Chaos Warriors, and then 2 Forsaken, including the Renown unit. I have 1 group of Chaos Knights. Also, this is on a smaller funds battle, because I like to play those every once in a while. Then we have Sartorial, the Everwatcher. For the Bretonians, we have the Knights of the Defenders of the Fleur-de-Lis, a Knights of the Realm. 3 battle programs up here, including the Renowned one. We have a Foot Squire being led by the Fey Enchantress, a Grail Relic, and we also have 2 Peasant Bowmen of Fire Arrows. For the enemy people, we've got 3 Miners with Blasting Charges, Vanguard deployed, and then we have a whole bunch of Thanes and a Dwarf Lord, which is an odd choice. I have not seen a all-like hero build for quite some time. Then we also have some Halberdiers over here, Great Swords, 2 Crossbows, a Handgunner, and then being led by Karl Franz for the Empire. So it is definitely an interesting build. I didn't want to run the Demon Speed right into a bunch of Blasting Charges, so I'm going to try and let the Chaos Warriors and Sartorial take the blast instead. Meanwhile, I'm going to get my Chaos Knights over here. Karl Franz is going to start going after them, and I'm going to eventually go around and try and get into their archers and their rifles. Sartorial is going to punch through this flank, I guess, or up through the middle, and then we're also going to go for the rifles as well. Meanwhile, over here, you can see the Knights of the Realm did a quick charge of the Miners. I'm not sure if... okay, I guess they're going back. I couldn't remember if they go forward or if they go back. I couldn't remember. Yeah, so we're trying to get into these Miners here, kill them hopefully before the Empire gets here, but you can see the 3 Great Swords moving in, Halberdiers moving in. This Halberdier, I think actually both of them may try and chase my Chaos Knights around, so Sartorial's going to go bloop, right into the rifles. Unfortunately, these Chaos Warriors are kind of just getting peppered a little bit. Gonna have to do another move order there to give the attack. And now this 1 Chaos Warrior is going to engage against Halberds and 3 Great Swords, which is not the best for the Great Swords. Meanwhile, the Forsaken going to go into the Halberdiers. Still trying to get these Chaos Knights over here into the Crossbows who are firing on Sartorial, who has a very high missile resistance, so that this is totally okay. So we'll try and kill these 3 units right now. You can see the Halberds are chasing us, Karl's still chasing us. The Dwarf player is sending 3 Thanes over here as well. They have many more. They have many more. Meanwhile, my allies' battle pilgrims and foot squires are just battling with basically a bunch of dwarf heroes, which is a not a battle that you see a lot. But so far they're doing pretty good. But these 2 units are mostly fighting against the Miners with Blasting Charges. But my Chaos Warriors are getting ganged up on by all these Thanes and the Dwarf Lords, so they're not having a great day. Now that the Halberds are here, the Thanes are here, we're going to actually disengage from this battle. We did manage to rout the Handgunners. You can see the Knights of the Realm going to do a rear charge here on these Great Swords, as they get chased by Karl Franz. We're going to do a rear charge on the Miners. Actually, I guess not. We deviate. I thought I did both, but I guess not. Alright, I stopped this charge because I saw the magical thing going down. I was like, oh, well, I don't want to charge into whatever the hell that is. So then we're going to pull out. Halber's still chasing us. And I think what I actually do is we pull out from right there, and I'm getting my Great Swords into there, my Demon Spear and all that. I think we're just going to go over here and assist these Knights of the Realm, or to finish the Fleur-de-Lis, into finishing off the ranged units instead. My ally still trying to do an engage here against... Actually, they already killed the Miners, my bad. My Chaos Warriors doing an engagement with the Dwarf Hero Squad. Again, very brutal. My allies' melee forces haven't really taken much of a beating at this point. They haven't really sent them in against the heroes. But my Chaos Warriors, oh my god, those poor guys. This is a lot of damage for 1 Chaos Warrior to take. Meanwhile, my mobile force, including Sartorial, still just trying to maneuver around Karl Franz and all these Halberds and get into all the crossbows, which we do. So now Sartorial is going to go over here and try and break what remains of the Great Swords, while my Chaos Knight is going to go over here and try and break the Handgunners once again. Meanwhile, my allies, to finish the Fleur-de-Lis, are holding back Karl Franz, and some Halberdiers are going to pull out. And there we go. Now that we have some fear and terror in there with Sartorial, we are going to start to rout these 2 Great Sword units. Chaos Warriors still dealing with the Handgunners up there. I should say Chaos Knights, not Warriors. And now it's going to be a pretty big slugfest. I've already cast 1 Final Transmutation on most of these Dwarf Lords, so we're still saving up mana or Winds of Magic for another cast, because that is the spell I should be using against all of these heroes. This is what the spell was designed for. So I'm going to hold off my other spell. All I did was bring Plague of Rust. I brought Plague of Rust and Final Transmutation. I was going to stick these on Karl Franz, but instead I'm going to stick them on the halberds instead. Do a quick charge on Karl Franz, and we're going to pull out. You can see my Chaos Knights back there still killing crossbows. They managed to shatter the rifles. Now we're going to send in what remains of our infantry into this hero blob, which my ally is currently fighting. Karl Franz is going to join the fray, so I'm like, oh, this is even more perfect. So we're going to move up, and we're going to cast Final Transmutation. Meanwhile, Demon Spew dealing with some great swords and halberdiers going to do a rear charge for Chaos Knights. There goes the Final Transmutation. Blood for the Blood God. And I think the Dwarf player is going to try and focus down Sartorial along with Karl. Because Sartorial starts taking a lot of damage here very soon as the Thanes, I think, are slowly making their way towards him. One Thane leaves, another Thane comes. So you see I took some damage there, so we're going to pull out. I'm trying to go down here and do another charge on Karl, trying to finish him off. Chaos Knight's coming, Demon Spear coming, trying to get them in here so they can hit all these units of poison. But the enemies don't have much in the terms of, like, you know, infantry, or they didn't even have any cap to begin with. So do another charge on Karl. And I think, again, the Dwarf and the Empire player both are going to go on Sartorial here. Meanwhile, down here, some knights are holding back this Thane. My Chaos Warriors, I'm sticking them on this Thane. And I had to get out of there because I was taking a lot of damage, so we're going to go and charge this Thane. And then you can see the Dwarf Lord and the other Thanes still making their way through the army to try and kill Sartorial. So I'm like, shit, we gotta move, we gotta move, we gotta move. And I keep giving him move orders, but he's very slow. And I'm like, we gotta go! Karl Franz is coming. And there we go, the knights are pushing in to try and hold them off. I'm trying to move my Demon Spear, or will be here soon, trying to get them down here. An odd fight. And now I'm just going to kind of keep Big Bird safe out here. There we go, Karl Franz is going to rout, but he will die here at the edge of combat. Slay them all. And yeah, that's going to do it for the enemy. The Fey Enchantress, her special ability no longer works unless she is engaged in melee. So they're not really doing much out here. But I can understand why you wouldn't want to charge into a army of just Thanes and a Dwarf Lord, because she could probably get destroyed pretty quickly. So yeah, that was an odd fight. I have not seen an all-hero build in some time, and I think it's usually only the Dwarf players that ever try to pull it off, because their Thanes are pretty tanky. But in terms of kills here, you can see my infantry did pretty well for themselves. Chaos Knights did pretty good. Big Bird did pretty good. For my ally here, I think we killed most of the infantry, except for the ones that obviously their Knights got, which was a ton of kills. And the Foot Squires and Battle Programs did some damage to those miners. And then for the enemy players here, the Great Swords are kind of bunched up a little bit, so they didn't get to do their full potential. Halberds were chasing my Cav around. They got some kills against Forsaken. And then the Thanes, I mean, each of the Thanes got around 50 or plus kills, including their Dwarf Lord. It's not bad. It's not bad. I don't know, maybe if they were mixed in with their miners earlier. I mean, I don't know if they would have won. It's a hard fight to win, especially when you have Final Transmutation being dropped on you. But anyway, I thought it was an interesting match. Someone trying an all-hero build again. I haven't seen it for some time, so let's go watch a cinematic view. I was hoping to prevent them from getting any satchel charges off on the Warriors. Oh man, you're all up in that tentacle staff. Ugh. Here's that damn dwarf hero army. So many things.
The gods have abandoned us! Running! Ulrich's teeth! Retreat!
That's weird, my demon spew aren't even attacking right now.
Not for all!
There they go. Then the dwarf crew. Man, so much of this fight really does revolve around these dwarf heroes, doesn't it? They hold for a long time. I give them that. Without those 2 final transportation spells, they would have held it a little bit longer. I doubt they would have been long enough to win.
Yes! See the power of Bretonian! Not for all! Go fast!
And there we go. Dwarf Hero Army. I don't think I've ever tried that myself. I'm sure it can work against some kind of army composition. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it sometime. But thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you all next time. Take care.